To the Thunder Road Show. I am your host, Doug Johnson. My esteemed colleague, Bob Galletti,
What is up, y'all?
in the house. We have Michael Cullen Cole, the bearded wonder, who's getting fabulously bearded again.
Yeah, it's growing back in, huh?
Yeah. He mistakenly thought he needed to conform to the corporate world by shaving his beard and didn't get the job anyway. So now he's letting it grow again, and it's a fabulous beard. So
Thank you. You have a fabulous goatee.
thank you. I appreciate that. It's
Okay, all the man love is done now.
yeah. So please go share that, and we will get away from man love because Bob has no facial hair to talk about. You see that? That's
I
why it
shave
went that way.
like every third day or so.
My son, who's 19 years old, can grow a better beard than Bob.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So
Hey, let's share this thing. What do you think?
yeah, share. So,
Thunder Roadshow coming to you live from West Side Chevrolet, y'all.
Yep, we're doing something a little different. We didn't post a scheduled time for it to go live. We're just going live and seeing
Boom.
what kind of viewership we can have. Nitrous Outlet brings you the Thunder Road Show along with Da Vinci Carburetors,
Mosier Engineering.
Mosier Engineering, and I got my in honor of Donald Long's Lights Out 9 race coming on. I got my Pro One Autosports shirt on, JD
Campbell.
But I brought one here, and it's an extra large, but I know that you kind of swing the Kenny Hubbard, hopped up by Hubbard way. Maybe I should give this to Michael Cole.
Yeah, let's see. Does it have Rare Morrison on it? I don't know if I could wear it if it has that on it.
You used to run rear Morrison.
When?
You had rear Morrison motors in your car. You're selling a rear Morrison engine, right?
Yeah. I still like JD.
Racecraft Incorporated, Mosier Engineering, right here on the shirt.
Boom. Get in there. That's a nice shirt, JD.
It is, JD. So I'm wearing mine, and I got my X275 hat on. So should you look at Michael's wore ass out rude attitude shirt?
Hell yeah.
I think
give it
to him, and then
I get the next one.
yeah.
What's up, Jared Thompson, Keith Hoover, Jose Pacheco?
Keith Hoover, are you going to be in Georgia for Lights Out 9?
I'm sure that he is.
That's a badass car, twin turbo.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the whole TRE contingent will be well represented.
The big question of the year is No Leg Craig going to be there? We haven't heard anything
Not a peep.
out of Craig.
You know, if he was
Offero.
going to be there, he'd be talking
O'Farrell.
smack.
I know, right? He did very well last year at No Mercy 8 with the no time shootout, and he has been off the grid. Dewey Bowie, how you doing, sir?
Taylor Bird,
What's up, Taylor Bird? So,
Stuart Olind. What's up?
a lot of progress being made on the Ford Probe, the Bird Boys.
Keith Berry.
What's
Woo!
up, Pedro Garza? Shannon Poole will be at Lights Out 9.
We got the Woo man watching himself. Keith Berry.
Keith Berry, what's up, dude? So, hey, Zeus, what's up, dude? Lots of big names on. We're gonna have Big Country on the show tonight. We're gonna do we're gonna check in with Brian Lohans, who is on his way from Phoenix to South California, SoCal, for Pomona, and he was out there while watching some of the pro stock guys and all kinds of stuff was testing out there, wasn't it, man? He was showing some pictures of some.
Tanner Gray's new paint job looks great. Tanner Gray hauled
Dude,
ass
that
today.
looks like a NASCAR
Yeah.
paint job.
Erica and Jeg ran good today also, I think.
Yeah, so we're
As
going to
well.
get an update from Brian Lohans on the road while he's driving. I guess the NHRA is cutting back their budget, and they make him fly to Phoenix and drive to Pomona.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit, but he may be.
Maybe. It's probably
Maybe
not that
he
far.
chooses to do that.
It may be. Yeah.
So we'll call him in a few minutes, but
I mean, it's Tuesday. You don't have to be there till what? Friday?
well, no.
So he can take his time.
When's the
Thursday.
race start?
Thursday or Friday?
Well, don't they get there and start on Wednesday?
Not racing. The earliest at the Nationals they start is Thursday. They'll run some sportsman stuff sometimes. But a lot of the NHRA Nationals this year have gone to 3-day events, which is important because, I mean, it's hard for sportsmen, guys like me, to take off a week out of your life to go to one of these things. And
Yeah,
so,
because you got travel time on Sunday if
Yeah.
you go that far.
yeah, I mean, you always plan on being there late Sunday, hopefully, and so you don't get home till Monday, depending on where you're coming from. So,
Yeah.
what's up, Lamar Swindle, Robert
Lamar
Verdelis
Swindle.
Jr.,
Oh, my God.
Larry
I
Barnes,
cannot wait to see that.
Shannon Poole. Doug is announcing it Lights Out 9. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
he's
yeah.
going to be there.
I'm doing cameos. I can't take away any credit from Brian Lohans and the one and only Lee Sebring,
Sebring.
who was watching last week when he got done with his show, the PDRA show.
I watched his show a little bit because we didn't do ours on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I'll be there doing some cameo. I get to, like at No Mercy, I got to announce some of the limited class because a lot of Texas guys there.
Yeah.
But, dude, it's going to be really cool because this year, like we talked about last weekend, Patterson's taken 4 cars. And James Kay may get to drive a car. The guy who owned Kenny Hubbard's car, or the car that Frankie has now, what's his name?
Oh,
Anyway, he's driving a car, but he hurt his back.
Kenny,
No, not Kenny.
not Kenny. Wayne Long.
Wayne Long. And then they've got the X275 Chevy 2 that's the charcoal gray, I think, isn't it? Like a dark gray?
Yep. And then Stefan's going to drive the black Camaro, and Thomas is driving the blue Camaro.
Yeah, so they got a lot of cars there, and they called and wanted some concrete parking. And I called Donald, and happened to be that there was someone who couldn't make it, so they paid the what that guy had paid for the parking and got him hooked up.
So they got a Lepa spot.
Yeah, right.
What's up, Gordon Smith?
So
Keith Berry, the legend. That's right,
Yeah.
Shannon Poole.
Keith Berry. So Big Country's going to come on. He had
Brian
a
Moss.
live feed this week that was pretty cool.
No, not Keith Berry.
Oh, not Keith Berry, but Big Country. Yeah. So
Man,
Big,
he does one almost every day. I've been friends with him on Facebook for a little while, and I really enjoy listening to him and watching him do his stuff. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. He's real tight with Donald, so
Yeah.
he's we'll get to talk to him here in a little while, but he's real big in the no time
shootout
small
stuff.
tire
Yeah,
shootout
grudge
stuff.
race, shooting stuff like
Yep.
shootout stuff like that. So yeah, Gordon Smith. Thanks, Wayne Long is the name we were looking for. So
Yeah, they're all Wayne Long's old cars. Shannon Poole says, Doug, can you call Donald, get me a parking spot?
no, absolutely not.
He's all fresh out.
He's fresh out. You should have called and done that like 3 months ago because they go fast. Well, you had great parking last time we were there at Lights Out 8. I don't know why. You got to get there on like Monday though.
Yeah.
If you get there on Monday, you might get something on concrete.
Just follow Kenny Hubbard. He'll be going through he'll be going through your area of Sunday night late.
Yeah, right.
What's up, Tim Thomas? How you doing? You never called me back, buddy.
Tim Thomas never even shows up anymore.
Yeah, he's big time.
I know.
He's busy. You know.
He does post on the Thunder Roadshow page on Facebook.
Yeah. There's Corey Swanstrom. He just joined.
Yeah. So
Big Country, what's up?
Yep. So we're going to talk a little bit about their car Armageddon. Talk a little bit about what they got booked in, stuff like that. We're going to Skype him in a little bit. Cool. So lots of stuff going on. Lots of Marsha Thompson made a very good point this week on Facebook. Ricky Tony created this page called Bleepin' Monday or something like that. Messy Bleepin' Monday.
Okay.
Right? And it's a private invite only type Facebook page. But every Monday there's some new mess about drag racing that pops up, it seems like.
New mess.
There's something new that everybody's pissed off about or ranting and raving about
Okay.
every Monday. So this week we have Chuck Sightsinger and getting pissed that Street Outlaw, that Reaper and Michael C posted or announced the race, and they sent out a flyer, and it was on the same day as Brent Self's $105,000 to win, $100,005 to win. You got to say that right because it's not $105,000.
No, it's damn sure not.
It's $100,005.
Oh, it's up to 5?
Yeah, Donald Long donated $3 to
Donald?
Donald Long sponsored $3.
Well, I think we should find a few dollars in the Thunder Road Show budget to get that up to 100,010.
Yeah, I think the Thunder Road should. Brent Self, if you're listening, $5 is on
We're
me.
in there.
Yep. So
We want a big banner on the wall.
Pedro Garza's watching. He can make sure that happens.
Hey, Pedro.
Hey, and you got to, more on Monday, Stuart Olinde does.
Right?
So there's all this crap that starts on Mondays.
Lots going on Mondays.
Yeah, and Chris Hamilton buys wigs and fake big suits that are too big for him.
Yeah.
And glasses with fake noses.
He made a post about the Street Outlaws, the way that things are being run there, and was pretty vocal. He didn't hold back much.
And what people need to understand is it's not Pilgrim that's doing any of this.
Right.
That Pilgrim just says, okay, where's we going? Reaper's the one responsible for booking the dates for the most part.
Yeah.
And then, and so they work that out with the track, and then Pilgrim schedules all their people to be there. So it's not like there's people look at it like it's Big Brother, or big government is ruining everything for. And I understand.
Well, what you've got is you've got racetracks that are desperate to have this event because there's a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
So they don't give a shit who they step on if they take this event. And then you've got on the other side Reaper seeking out a racetrack to do the event at
Where there's going to be weather.
without a care in the world what's going on that weekend anywhere else because he thinks it's all about him. So anyway,
I also understand, and I've made this point too. They have to get these shows filmed before the end of March.
yeah.
All the crews have to go start filming OKC street racing, list racing, along with Memphis street racing. And they're on a contracted schedule for that. And then there's also these issues with the shitty weather in this time of year. That's why there's not a lot of races this time of year. That's why there was a race in Tucson. That's why they tried to go to Edinburgh and they got crap weather. San Antonio was a rain out from Georgia that they thought was, okay, it's going to be a bust.
It's like it's raining in the desert, man.
Yeah, and then so San Antonio we have to finish on Sunday because have to run the whole event on Sunday because of the weather, and it's just that in this area, in Texas, in southern Texas along the coast, and San Antonio can be considered on the coast. It's not that far to where you'll get weather issues. You got cold weather coming down and humidity coming up, and then it creates what we have today, this nasty misty stuff.
At least it was warm out, though.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here getting my stuff ready and preparing to race the season, and a lot of these guys running the Street Outlaw series, so to speak, have, they're 4 or 5 races in already for the year. And so, man, some of these guys are already having to go through stuff like I was watching on Facebook. Kirk Peters and them had to freshen their motor already.
Yeah, they had Sonny Leonard at their shop in Oklahoma.
Pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That is. I guess he shipped the parts in and
did it right there at their shop.
Hey,
their shop is like a NASCAR facility.
Oh, man,
you
it's
can eat off the floor.
Fantastic looking, yeah.
Yeah.
After seeing pictures of his shop, I went and scrubbed the floor in mine and mopped it all down. It looks like this floor right now.
Oh, does it really?
You can eat off it. Maybe we'll do a show there one day. But
Yeah.
anyway, these guys are already 4 or 5 races in and
And
wearing
this is
stuff
points
out.
implications.
Yeah,
too.
and here it is, March the 6th?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
No,
yeah.
we're more than that. So we have Memphis was filmed, Kentucky was filmed.
And that was for the tail end of last year, right?
Well, yeah, but this is
Yeah.
their season is started at the end of last year. So you have Memphis, Kentucky, Edinburgh, Tucson, which was the first 4. Then you had San Antonio. So now you're supposed to have 3 more. Well, they've only got 2 booked, and they're
Right.
saying the finals is now in Tulsa, and South
that's-
Carolina got moved to.
Keith Haney's track in Tulsa. Keith Haney and Todd Martin do a great job, man, and that's going to be awesome to see. That's a great place to have the final race because it can hold a crowd. I tell
But
you what.
end of March could still have inclement weather in Oklahoma.
Well,
that's
yeah,
that's
you know.
tornado season in Oklahoma.
Man, shut your filthy mouth with that. Spring showers, though. What's up, Matt Exner? We
So-
got a Luz Marina from Colombia. That's awesome.
Nice.
Ben Nolan, Kenjo Kelly, how y'all doing? Y'all go share this. We're getting ready to get this deal cranked
So
up.
let's
We're
do
just
this.
BSing right now.
Yeah, we're just kind of going over what all's been going on the book face.
Yeah.
And the plannings and all that, and So Reaper did one of his normal rant type live feeds from his raggedy, trashed out trailer. I mean, it's a nice trailer, but dude, it's never clean.
Right after that is when Boosted made that post, isn't it?
Yeah.
Golly, he got a bunch of hits on. He always does, Boosted.
Yeah.
But he pretty much called him out on it.
He, made busted on me at the end of his other one. I thought it was funny. We watched it together.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I got to tell you, well, now we got Street Outlaws. We got Street Outlaws Memphis right after it. Then we got the stuff coming on Wednesday, and now Memphis is going to have a thing on Wednesday. We're about to have too much of this shit,
I don't know, because it's going to be different.
Okay, but, it's gonna start seeming watered down is what it feels like to me.
We'll see how that plays out.
If it was just the one episode on Monday, I wanted to watch it. Now it's like, whatever.
I'm enjoying the Memphis show.
I am too. I think JJ the Boss is doing a good job.
What's kind of cool is to see that. Okay, so you think about it: Chief's car, Doc's car, Chuck's car, Monza's car. All those are top-notch, heavy hitters in the no prep world type cars.
Yeah.
Even Kamikaze's going twin turbo. That thing's going to be badass. The cars that they're showing on the Memphis car show are like when they started
Old
original.
school.
Like those are like
Did you see him
low
putting
5-second cars. Maybe.
Did you see him putting that Shafroth motor in that car?
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit. He hauled ass.
Yeah.
What's up, Tyler?
So
Roman?
and when they were out there in Vegas, they were running some of those cars naturally aspirated because the the asphalt was such crap.
It was a horrible.
And they were on water burnouts only.
Yeah.
So that made it kind of interesting. Now,
smart on their part.
I loved the show this week on the daily drivers, even though some of the guys brought borrowed cars and stuff. But they had to drive them there.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, that did play in. Kamikaze needed to spend more time with that 6-speed C7, and I can't believe, Michael Cole, did you even watch it last night?
What?
Street Outlaws?
No.
This guy, they got a twin turbo C5 Corvette that won the whole thing, or that runnered up, to an all-wheel drive Jeep.
The SRT8 Jeep.
Yeah, 800 horsepower SRT8 Jeep. And then there was a C7 6-speed car that with traction control or launch control and all that stuff on it. You would have loved it if you watched it.
Asian was driving the Jeep. He killed him, just like J.C. Craig said.
And then you have Daddy Dave in his, which we've all known he's had that car for a long time.
That was a pretty cool looking
twin
truck.
turbo in the beds like Jason Cantu's.
Yeah.
LS powered
It was
S10.
a little sluggish, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a little.
He didn't spool it up or anything.
Yeah,
It didn't seem
it
like.
had no bump box on it or nothing like that. But still, and then Chief pulled up in a really badass CTSV 2-door coupe that was camming and stuff, and then Doc brought his wife's car, a 4-door CTSV that is twin turbo V6 car. Yeah, so that was cool.
There's Bo Brown.
A little, some of the guys were undermatched, and then what was funny though is, what's his name with Shane borrowed somebody's True Street coupe. That looks like something that would have shown up at any True Street no prep event on Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Bias ply tires, had a roll bar in it and a fuel cell, and it was a turbo, probably LS or small block Ford, I don't know, but it was a race car. He had to give Daddy Dave in the first
Had to give him
round?
the hit.
Had to give him the hit.
Back tires in
The
the hit
back-
or just a hit?
I think it was just a hit, but anyway,
Dave held him off.
yeah, knocked him out and collected an extra $100
That was
bounty.
badass.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see. I would like to see that once a season. Them do something like that, where it's a cash days type deal, and they
Big Country says, "Come on, 5 a.m. comes early."
Okay, cool. So we'll get let's do this. Let's go ahead and get Big Country on,
Get him in.
and then we'll call Brian.
Then we're gonna have Bo Brown
Yep.
on a little bit later. B3 against bullying. That's a great program.
It is.
Hey, Paul Brent, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, so
Matt Steinkamp, how you
we're
doing?
gonna hope that this this new webcam that I bought works. If not, you're just gonna be able to see just me.
Who are we talking to?
This is Big Country.
Brought to you by Nitrous Outlet.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
You got to turn on your camera. You got your camera on?
Well, I don't know where to turn the motherfucker on at.
Remember, we went through this when we tested. You got to put your finger on the screen, and then there's a little thing that looks like a video camera. You got to touch that button.
Yeah, it's not fucking coming up, though.
He probably doesn't see me either. It'll ask me if I want to.
Oh, here you go, here you go. I think.
Waiting on Big Country to figure out his
I
phone.
don't see you on your screen either.
I know.
Aren't you supposed to?
Oh, wait,
see
here. There must be something turned off on mine. There we go. Corey Swanstrom, how you doing, sir? I can see you now. Wait, we have no
audio?
audio. We had audio. Maybe it'll give it just a second to catch up.
Check one.
He's like in the dark. Are you there, dude?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you see me? There we go. Now you have some light. Can you
Yeah,
see?
but I can't see you. It's like it was last time.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this. We may have turned my webcam off or something. Sorry about that. Are you in the bed already?
Yeah, man.
I forget you're an hour ahead of us. It's 8:30 there, and you got to get up early and start moving land, don't you? Moving dirt, huh?
That's all right, man. I done fucked my camera all up again.
Well, I can see you. You're just going to have to listen to me. I apologize about that. Something's not working on my end with my camera. But everybody else can see us. So,
What's up?
we got Bob Galletti, my co-host here.
How you doing?
What's up?
Not much.
So, Big Country, tell us a little bit about how you got. Let's go back a little bit before we get into the meat of the subject here with Lights Out 9. How did you get in? How long have you been grudge racing for one?
Well, I mean, I grudge raced way back in the day when I used to street race. Hell, Donald Long used to drive my fucking car because, I got busted street racing and I lost my license, so I couldn't drive my car no more. So Donald used to drive my car on the street. I used to have an old Chevy too. He used to drag me out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the fucking morning because he didn't have a fucking job and he didn't have to go to work. And plus I worked for a company, had a company truck, so we go out and race till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I had to go to work at 5:30. So while he'd be sleeping.
Oh, no joke. Y'all go back that far?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's cool. So now your son drives for you. Did you ever drive yourself at the track or anything at grudge events at the track?
Yeah. I always drove it, I'm kind of telling you wrong. I used to street race. I started street racing when I was about 15 or 16, and as I got older, I got about 20 or 21, so I became a supervisor for a company, and then of course I had a company truck, so I couldn't do it anymore. And plus, because I lost my license doing it, but so I always drove at the track. I always raced at the track. I didn't street race no more. I couldn't take the chance doing it no more.
So Donald Long started this whole Lights Out No Mercy thing in the drag radio world, and when did you guys decide to get together and start doing a no time shootout? How long ago has that been now?
I've been running the no time and the grudge racing scene for about the last 4 or 5 years now, and then I kind of just brought it to Donald. I've known Donald my whole life, and I've class raced a lot too. But, I always like to go to Lights Out and No Mercy, and even though once I started grudging, I didn't have a class there for me to run in. So I'd still go there just to hang out and watch, which I kind of hate hanging out watching racing if I'm not racing. But, his races are so good, I would always go anyway. And then, I just presented it to him one day, and he's like, yeah. He goes, if you think you can get some cars, we'll go ahead and try it. So it's a whole different level of excitement. There's nothing wrong with class racing, man. I love both races. Hell, I love all kinds of racing. But, when you got the no time up there, you don't know how fast the car is. You draw out of the hats. You can race the fastest guy first round. You can race the slowest guy. You just don't never know what you're going to be up against. You don't have no clue. And that's the beautiful thing about no time is, You think you know how fast the guy is, but in the end, you really don't. I mean, that's the fact.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Daddy Dave and Kai Kelly and Bodie and Shannon Poole and all these other guys have it, because it's similar to what they do in no prep in a way, but you're on a prep track, so it let them hang it all out and see if they can hang with the guys that do this week in and week out just on the grudge scene, not on the street.
Yeah, all those guys are good guys, man. Well, I don't know them all, but I know Daddy Dave pretty well. I mean, I hate fucking calling that guy Daddy Dave, man. I usually just call him fucking Dave. I don't know, something about that shit don't settle me, but
he doesn't like you calling him Daddy Dave either. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. I mean, I just can't deal with it. But I've told his ass that too. But I mean, he's a good dude, man. Kai Kelly's good people. Jay Bodie's good people. I don't know them all, but I know a few of them, and they all are really good guys, man. I mean, they'll do anything for you. They're just racers at heart, and they get out there and they shake it up, man. They do a good job, I watched, I was listening to you guys about the Street Outlaws, and the OKC, I think, I watched that show, and I do like it a lot. I didn't watch it at first, but I started watching it towards the end. I do like it a lot, but I'll be honest with you, man. JJ the Boss show, I'm going to be honest with you. Kai's show, I don't know what the fuck he's got going on. Kai got to get some balls or get loud or do something. He's just too laid back for his show for me. Nothing against Kai. I like Kai, but, man, he got to get rowdy. But that JJ the Boss, man, I really like that show right now. And I'll tell you why I really like it, because it's just really, it reminds me of real, true, raw street racing. No bullshit, man. Nothing put down. Go out there, do a fucking water burnout. Go out there on virgin fucking roads. I mean, that's the kind of street racing I used to do too. The Oklahoma deal, man. Those things almost look like a fucking drag strip down through there, and I don't know if they are or they aren't. But I hear on the television, I hear the fucking the people's feet walking across it, and it sounds like it's sticking. It sounds like they're at the fucking racetrack. So I do believe JJ the Boss got something going on right now, man. And to me, I think that's kind of the show out there right now, but that's just my opinion.
I agree. I'll tell you what, I think the same thing. We were just talking about that a while ago.
Yeah, I think what I like is diversity or something different. The fact that you see some top-notch, high-level street raced cars on the OKC show on a surface that the starting line's pretty damn good, but the down track is just regular, unrubbered concrete. So they got to really figure out how to take power away on the big end to still get down. And then you got the JJ the Boss show, which is slower cars, obviously, that are turned down or whatever. They're not spraying them or whatever, but they still got to race and they still gamble. So yeah, that's cool.
The thing is, though, JJ the Boss, he's a hustler. You can tell, man.
Yeah.
He's got a gap, and he hustles. And that real street, that real surface, that's his equalizer. I mean, he brings those cars that are bad motherfuckers, and he's just gonna fuck them up. That's just all there's to it, man. That real virgin road, that is his equalizer right there.
Absolutely.
That plays in his face.
Absolutely. And the new No Prep show is going to be really good because a lot of fans can go see that where they couldn't go watch a filming, and I think that's gonna go well too. I've announced 3 of those, and I'm looking forward to see how they come across. The Bristol episode came across pretty cool. There was a lot of controversy on that with Chief and all that, but still, it was a very well-produced show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. You put out a really cool, I thought it was really cool. Apparently you do them daily, kind of like Donald Long, but your live stream commentary where you were telling basically all these no-time grudge guys to get off their asses and do some gambling and call somebody out for in their time trials.
Yeah. He's got a full schedule.
That's what they normally do anyway. I mean, not all those guys are straight grudge racers. A lot of them just run the shootouts, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's at least half of them that are grudge racers that grudge race. So, that's part of it, man. Just grab your man. We're going to make shakedowns prior to eliminations. And in them shakedowns, man, like last year, I think we had we had 5 grudge races. So, it just makes it more exciting, man. And plus I want a grudge race. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to try and do good in that shootout. It's for big money. Obviously, we'd like to win it, but man, you got to have a lot of luck. All those cars are badass cars. You got to have a lot of luck on your side to win that race. But so, if I can't, I mean, I'm not saying that I can't win it because I'm going to try like hell to win it, but I'm going to try and grudge me some rounds on in there because if I don't win that, at least I want to win some kind of fucking money.
Exactly.
So that's why for me, I'll try and grudge prior to us eliminations. And even in eliminations, I mean, I'm going to look at my man and try and fucking run him for money. I mean, that's just what we do. Even if we're in a shootout, you know, we're going to try and shake it down for some money, even in that round. That's, you know, I want to try and make money every time I go down the track.
So your son, Low Country, drives the car called Armageddon. Can you tell us a little bit about the car without giving away all your secrets, or do people know what it is?
Yeah, no. I mean, it's pretty much an open book. I mean, you know, that car's not nothing special, man. It's just a fucking round tube chassis car. It's a 101-inch wheelbase car. I mean, it's stock wheelbase. There's not really nothing special about that car, other than that car is a Florida-based car. The guy that used to own that car passed away. He's very well known, Jimmy Marino. He passed away in 2014, and the car sat for a little while, and then I found out the car was for sale, so I bought it. It's, you know, originally it was a big tire car, and Jimmy used to grudge race that car too, and he's done some class racing as well with it. But we ended up buying it, and we had to change a lot of stuff up. We already knew that, and then get it over on a small tire. So it was just kind of a work in progress, try to get it ready, and then, you know, as soon as we got the car ready, we'd come out with it. Justin used to have another car. We bought Barry Mitchell's old car that Barry used to run in ODR and LDR, and that car name was Apocalypse. And we took that car and grudge raced it for almost 2 years and went and turned everybody upside down with that car. And then everybody started getting away from that type of car and going to chassis cars. So that's basically what we did, man. We just try and keep up with the Joneses and stay pace with them, because if not, you just get left behind.
So do you pay for all that, or do you have any sponsors that help you with that car?
Yeah, no, the only sponsor I got is me, Justin, and whoever's fucking money we take.
I like it. Who builds the motors? Is it somebody out of Florida there?
Well, you know, I mean, I was running Rare Motors and Motors a couple of years ago. You know, so they're basically a base motor from Rare, you know, and now I'm running Pat Musi motors. But as far as tearing the motors down, servicing them, we do all that unless they have, you know, unless we fuck one up bad when it's got detrimental failure in it, you know, to where we got to have machine work. We do all of our own work. I mean, I've got one motor tore apart in there right now that I've been needing to put back together, but I just haven't put it back together. I'm probably going to put it together this weekend.
As long as they don't need a sleeve, you can do it yourself, right?
Well, no, we can pull the sleeves out too. I mean, yeah, we can change the sleeves out. We can. I mean, a year ago we had to pull a couple sleeves out. We hurt a sleeve, but I mean, we can do anything unless that bitch has fucking knocked the crank out of it or blew the rods out of it. Then it's had bad failure, which I had one. You know, we knocked the rods out of it in Bradenton and had to go back to Rare, and then we had a unfortunate incident, lack of oil getting to the motor, and we broke the crank and knocked the rods out of a Pat Musi motor, and I had to send it back to Pat.
Gotcha. Well, that thing looks amazing with the candles lit. Is it comparable to something Kai runs, or is it not that big?
Yeah, it's the same shit. Kai got the same shit. He's just not as fast.
So tell us, who are you booked in with so far through Thursday, Friday night to race?
Well, Wednesday night we got to run Headshot off the trailer, and that's a fast car. I mean, J.R. Gray's got a real fast hot rod. That's an ex-radio versus the world car turned to a grudge car. And J.R. Gray, you know, he's hard to the core with grudge race. He's loyal to it. And then, of course, you got Steve Jackson that tunes it. So, you know, that car's got a Rare Morrison motor in it, big power plant. I mean, you know, it's got all the good stuff. I mean, it's going to be fast, you know. We didn't really want that race off the trailer. We'd like to make some test hits, but he wanted it off the trailer. He's been having some ignition problems, and that's kind of how he wanted it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I know J.R. Gray won't just roll my money. If he fucks us up, we're going to get it on again. So I just said, fuck it, you know, let's go ahead and get it on. We'll run straight off the trailer Wednesday. And then if I get around J.R. Gray, then Thursday I got Larry Roach locked in with a twin turbo Chevy 2, which that's all depends on, because I only got so much cheddar I'm coming with. So that all depends on if I get around J.R. Gray. And then Friday, I got Daddy Dave locked in with Goliath 2.0.
That car's going to be interesting coming out with his new fuel injection Proline motor, isn't it?
Yeah, I called him. You know, he's trying to fucking sandbag and trying to act like it ain't going to be fast. You know, I watched that Dragzine car. I think it's a Dragzine Corvette or whatever down in Braden, you know, about 3 weeks ago or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. You know, that car basically got the same shit he's got, a brand new car. I mean, dude, that car was in like 5 or 6 licks. That car was fast as fuck.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure Daddy Dave's going to have Pro Line. He's going to have everybody there, and they're going to be tuning that motherfucker up, but I'm still going to fuck him up, so it don't matter.
That's awesome. Ryan Martin, is he going to come run the shootout too?
I just heard, I think I saw Donald make a post. So, yeah, I think he's not in the shootout, but he's running Radio versus World. See, the way the shootout set up was, it was opened up for 18 cars, 16 cars in the shootout, and 2 as alternates. And we basically filled that slot in less than 48 hours. So those are all paid entries. There's no more openings. So even if you wanted to get in, you couldn't get in.
Man, that thing's going to grow. I bet you could get 32 cars by this time next year.
I do believe so, but I think you got to keep it at the 16 for now and get guys hungry, and then see how many other cars will start developing. Because what you don't want to do is start having a bunch of stragglers and then it not filling up. The thing is with the 16, we did it one time. It filled up in 24 hours. We did it a second time, and it filled up within 48 hours.
Very cool.
So, I believe there's definitely room to grow, but you don't want to just start watering it down. You want the best of the best. And the guys, because, see, here's the thing with a shootout. You're not just paying for a $200 tech card like in class racing. And I'm not saying nothing against class guys, because trust me, I love them all. I've class raced myself. But in the shootout, you got to come up with $2,000 of your own money. So, and you're racing for your own money. It isn't like, like in the Radio versus World, they're putting up $200 for a tech card. Donald's paying $50,000. But that ain't how it works in the shootout. The grudge guys put their own money up, and they're fucking racing for their own money. Yeah. So it's a whole different deal there.
Yeah, very cool. So tell us who the 16 are that you have so far. Can you run them off your top of your head?
Yeah, I know you got Little Country in Armageddon. You got J.R. Gray with Headshot. You got Timmy Meisner with that blower car. There's a few other blower cars coming that I don't know about. You got Bill Lutz in there. You got Jason Richards with a nitrous car. You got Bill Spillane coming out of Michigan with that twin turbo car. You got Larry Rose coming with a twin turbo car. I think the boosted car, there's more boosted cars than there is nitrous cars for sure.
And that's unusual, isn't it?
Huh?
Is that a little bit unusual for these shootouts?
No, I mean, it's the boosted guys do more shootouts than they grudge race. So that's kind of fucking normal. They don't never like to let their nuts swing.
Who's the guy from New York that's coming?
Scotty G.
Scotty
Is that
G.
who you're talking about?
Yeah, Scotty G.
Scotty G won it last year, but Scotty's actually from Florida. Now, the car's from New York.
That's right.
But Scotty's like a fucking transplant Yankee. He's in fucking Florida, but he come out of fucking New York.
He's a snowbird.
Well, yes and no. I mean, he's here full time. He's got a machine shop. Scotty's good people, man. He's a good dude. I bust his balls all the time, but he's good people.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, he was cool. He's fun to talk to, too.
Yeah, he won the last one. I want to say it paid $32,000. The last one he won, so he won 32 plus. He won a grudge race that was 5. So I know Scotty cleaned up $37,000 in October.
That's a nice payout, man, especially for a shootout with only 16 cars. When there's going to be a ton of cars in Radio vs. World. So
$32,000. So there's $37,000 in this shootout, and then if you cash in on any grudge races.
Yeah.
4 rounds, man. That's pretty good, especially if you're making money on all your qualifying or your shakedown runs.
Is it a little nerve-wracking? I got an 19-year-old and a 21-year-old who've never driven anything near that fast. In fact, when my son drove his 12-second Mustang got sideways, it scared the shit out of me. Is it a little nerve-wracking having your boy running for all that money? I know you trust him because he's a good driver, but is it a little nerve-wracking?
Not anymore. When he was, Justin is like, he's always worked construction with me, so he's ran equipment, he's rode four-wheelers. At 14 years old, I bought him his first Harley at 14. I bought him I think it was a 2009 Softail. I can't remember, but anyways, and he was riding a Harley out on the streets with me. We go riding our bikes, so he's always done a lot. Then he wanted a car, and he was 2015. He wanted a race car, so I told him he had to get rid of his motorcycle. So we got rid of the bike, and he bought a car. I shipped a car from California, aspirated big block, 545-inch motor. The first night we went out, he went on the sport pass. He went 545 at like 128 mile an hour on his fourth hit. So, and honestly, him getting in the car, doing a burnout, and staging the car, because he had been to the track so much with me over the years. I mean, dude, I used to change his shitty diapers at the track when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
So, in between rounds, my buddies would watch him. I got a buddy of mine, Mike Waycation, him. If I was making a pass, they'd watch Justin for me, or Justin be out there with him. But like literally, Justin's been at the track a lot. Now my youngest son, he really hasn't got into drag racing, and that's cool. He's got his own thing. He does what he wants to do. But Justin's always been around it, and like I said, he got in that naturally aspirated car. I rode him in that car for about 6-8 months. Then he got in a nitrous car. Then I had him in a turbo car. And, it just went on from there. Then I had him in X275, and he just kept gradually going on and on. So, I mean, one thing about it, that kid can drive. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I won't never tell him that, but he can drive the fucking wheels off a race car. There ain't no fucking doubt about it. And I promise you, whoever fucking rolls into them beams with them, they know they got to be ready, and they know they're going to war. Because, I mean, that kid has raced for over 20 – he's raced for over a $40,000 pot, and not only just once, but he's raced for big fucking money, dude. And he is cold as fucking ice out there. I promise you that. He's not one time let me down.
What's the most he's won on one of those late night lights out foot races that he usually kills them on?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't stay up with that kid. I don't get into that shit. I don't know what the fuck he does. I get done working on the car, I go in and go to bed. I'm too old for that shit.
So you're not out there when he's getting into fist fights and shit?
Nah, well, he's never been in no fist fights or anything like that I know of. I mean, I think I got in a little one time. Some guys were, I can't remember how it all started, but anyways, he's a pretty good kid, man. He's level-headed. He's low-key. He's not like that. He's very likable, man. But I do know he does some of that foot racing shit. He grew up as a quarterback. I thought he would have went on and played college ball, but he was a quarterback from the time he was 4 years old all the way through high school ball. He was, he was a starting quarterback. And just when it come time again and he got out of high school, his heart wasn't in it no more. He had played football so long, and he was a good football player, but man, he was just burned out. He had a couple offers to go to college, and I just sat him down and told him if he wasn't real serious about it, there's going to be 500 fucking kids there that want your same spot. Get used to fucking sitting on the bench if you don't really get ready to go to work. And he just decided that, and I told him if he wasn't going to go to college for the right reasons, he's going to come out there 5 years later, he's going to start at the bottom, he's going to be broke, and he's going to have to start working his way up. And he decided he needed to go to work, and that's what he does. And his little brother has basically done the same thing. They're both good boys, man. I'm proud of them. They don't get in no trouble. They're low key. They're low maintenance. They get up 5 o'clock every morning when they work 5 or 6 days a week, and they do whatever it takes to get the job done. I don't have to ask anything of them.
Well, that says a lot about you and how you brought them up. Mine did the same thing. They played football for Katy. I don't know if you've heard of Katy High School. We got 8 state champions over here, powerhouse team, and they were both done by the time they graduated. So I can understand that. So, but hey, man, we appreciate the time. It says a lot about you and about those boys and what kind of dad and person you are, and we appreciate the time you coming on here, and looking forward to hanging out with you guys this coming next week in Georgia.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, man. We're going to, hopefully we can get there. Huh? It's a radio show. Low Country said, he's shaking his head. He said, I'm not here. Anyway, it's a different radio
it's
show,
the
boss.
Thunder Road Show.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, man. Hopefully we can put some good work in on Armageddon, man, hopefully things go right for us. I mean, it didn't go right for us last year. We had issues with the fuel map, kind of got us a little fucked up, but I think we put in work right now, and we got a good game plan. My right-hand man, Brian Geisler, Big Daddy, I hate to even call that motherfucker Big Daddy, too. He knows it. I don't even call him Big Daddy, but that's what everybody knows him by. I mean, he's only like 5'10", so it's hard for me to call him Big Daddy, but he's got this big, screwy fucking beard. He's got this raspy voice. If you talk to him on the phone, you'd think, oh, my God, dude, I can't, when I see this guy. But he's not that guy, man. He is fucking good as can be. Bless him, man. He's worked with us for 15 years with my company. And, man, he's kind of like the backbone of our team, to be honest with you. And, I mean, sometimes we get ready to haul out of state, go to one of them grudge races. if for any reason Brian can't go, I mean, it's almost like a deal breaker for me and Justin. If Brian can't load up and go with us, which he always gets a hall pass from the boss, which that's me. So as long as we get a hall pass from my boss, which is my wife, we're good. But if there's any reason why he can't go, we'll miss the race because Brian's just part of our team, man, and he goes wherever we go. But he's a good guy. He's going to be there. And like I said, we've done our homework. Hopefully, we'll be better than we were on the last one. We'd really like to win that thing.
Very cool, man. Hey, we appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on, and we'll definitely check with you. We're going to do I'm going to Skype in from the tower there on Tuesday night, and we'll try to get some updates of what's going on. When do y'all get in there, on Tuesday or Wednesday?
Well, Mama Country will be there Sunday night because I guess she beats to the tune of her own drum, and she can go to wants to. But me and Little Country are probably working we was going to work till Wednesday night, but now that we've locked J.R. Gray in for Off the Trailer Wednesday, we're going to have to go ahead and leave out Tuesday night, get there Wednesday, get the car set up, get it ready, and then basically after there's enough rubber on the track, I mean, both of us agree it's going to be sometime during the day or whenever. It could be, I don't know when it's going to be. It's when he's ready. I mean, we're going to be ready, and we're just going to load him off the trailer and fucking go knock him down the track for some cheddar.
Very cool, man. Hey, good luck to you guys, and thanks for all the hard work and putting together this No Time Shootout. I know I appreciate it. I like watching class racing. Got a lot of friends like Kenny Hubbard and J.D. Campbell and Hoover and Justin Curry's coming back to X275 this year, and I enjoy watching that. And then,
yeah, it's one of the funnest classes to watch.
Yeah, for sure. But to see this No Time Shootout is definitely cool stuff.
Yeah. They're all, listen, I love all of them. I love X275. I love Ultra Street. I've ran every fucking one of them. LDR, ODR. I haven't ran Pro 275, Radio versus World. But, that's the only difference with the no time deals. One, you never know what they run, although it's a fast pass. And two, 90% of the time, they're racing for some cheese. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Now, anything that happens before the eliminations, everybody's going to know if they line up against each other, they're going to race for cheese. Because, see, here's the thing with the shakedowns. The grudge race guys are not going to shake down side by side. That's just the way it is. They don't want to know what you run, and not for free.
Yeah.
Now one may take off and the other one will sit there, but you're not going to see them leave together. They're not going to do that, especially if they're grabbing a time slip. They won't do that. So there's always a method to every madness of whatever they're going to do. Like if we go up there and we're shaking down, and there's another grudge car sitting beside us. I mean, Little Country either going to tear ass up out of there and get away from them, or he's going to sit there and let him go, and then he'll run to the 330 and shut it down. Just something like that. You try not to give up your time. That's pretty much what it's about.
Exactly. Then Willie Dog's going to be there helping me call all this stuff, so that'll be fun.
Dude, he's a riot, man, and he's good at what he does. There's nobody out there that knows the grudge cars better than Dog. I promise you that. Nobody. And just the character of him, I mean, he is really he's everything of what grudge racing is about. I mean, he's the godfather of grudge racing. I promise you that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. And he was a little out of sorts calling it from the tower at No Mercy 8. He's used to being down there on the start line talking smack with everybody.
Dude, it's good to hear him. I mean, I go to a lot of the grudge events, and I'm just always thankful when I hear Dog there because I just know he's going to announce the event very, very good. And, his commentary is very good. It's important to know, in class racing, they know the driver. In grudge racing, they know the driver if he's a real high caliber driver, but they always know the car name, no matter what. Those cars all got a name, and those fans follow that car. That's their car. I mean, they follow around from track to track, and they'll bet on that car. They don't have to – if they know that car is going to the lane, they're going to put money on that car. And that's the thing, man. It's a different atmosphere, man. I mean, I can tell you for me, we'll always grudge race and we'll always no time race unless there just ain't nothing out there for us to push us back over to class racing. It's what we'll always do from here on out.
That's cool. Any possibilities y'all would ever go run big tire no prep?
Yeah, I mean, we're already been talking about that, but for me to go do that, I mean, here in town, we got a local airport, and I think I can get out there on the airport and just shake it down out there because that's kind of where I'm going to do it. I'm not going to go to the track, but I just got to wait to make sure because the setup is so different.
Yeah.
I got to see that there's no shootouts and nothing out there for me on the 29 315s for me to change the car around. And then, just everything changes, man. I can't just flip the car back and forth. It's way too much work.
It'd almost be worth getting a second car for it. if you were going to do that?
Yeah, so the thing is, we're already prepared for that. We have big tires, we have bars already. We've already talked about it, but it'll probably be April or May, maybe in the heat when we decide to do that. And then I think we are going to try and go hit a few of those no prep races.
Very cool. Well, it's been a lot of fun announcing them, and there's a good energy at them. And I know Donald's talked about coming to see one, and as much energy as there is at Ducks races, there's just as much at a no prep event if it's a big event. So,
Absolutely, yeah, I fully agree with that.
so all right, man. Hey, we really appreciate the time again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, boss. See
All
you.
right, thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
Big Country did a great job, man. That
Yeah,
guy's
he's good, man.
He's really good. And just laying there in his bed, Mama Country's like, "What?" Or Little Country come in like, "What the hell you doing?" Sitting here laid back like he was someone special, like like a Kardashian.
Yeah.
So
I tell you
let's-
what, he's a good guy, and they do a good job. They work hard, and they got fast shit. So
Yes.
cool to watch those guys.
All right. So
We got to thank Mosier Engineering for helping
Absolutely.
us bring you Big Country, and we are live from Westside Chevrolet.
so let's go ahead and give Brian Lohans a call and see if he can pick up any reception. He's driving.
Kyle Buckmaster watching. What's up? Leroy Gibbs, Gold Pre-Gene, Jimmy Araby.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, dude? Where are you?
I am, I don't know, about halfway between Phoenix and Los Angeles now, driving up from the test to the greater Pomona area.
Wow, dude. So NHRA can't put in a budget for you to fly from Phoenix to LA or what?
Tell you what to fly for. It's actually a cool drive. I got a couple days to kill, so it's kind of a fun thing.
I understand that because when I came back from Tucson after Dig Night, I drove through New Mexico and enjoyed some sights and sounds with the Tombstone. So that's cool, man. So tell us if we lose you, we'll call you back because I know you may be in some areas where there's some weak signal. But what all went down in testing at Phoenix?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got there on Saturday, so I kind of picked up on some stuff that was already going on. But I mean, today, today was really the last day. Most of the teams had packed up and left. So the Nitro teams, the last time we saw any of them on the track was really Sunday, and that was only a handful. Like most of the teams were happy with what they accomplished, but Jack Beckman's team made a couple of hits on Sunday, and they left, I think, happy. They left with good data. John Force's car really kind of struggled from what I saw. They didn't really put a whole lot together over the last couple of days, and their last run was pretty good to half track, and then to put a bunch of holes out. It was kind of all over the place. So interested to see what they're going to do at Pomona, but on the whole, I think the Nitro guys got their program together. Scott Palmer was one of the last Nitro teams too, because they had the 6-disc clutch for this year. It's new for them, so they were working on that. Drew Skillman put on like a total display on Pro Stock today. He was the quickest by a bunch. Chris McGahey was pretty fast, and then end of the afternoon, Jason Line was kind of the third quickest. So I think Skillman ran a 56, which Erica had run 56 earlier, and then there was a couple of 57s and a 58 thrown in there for good measure.
So it looked like Jaggy's back in his solid yellow paint scheme for Pomona, or for testing anyways, huh?
Yeah, I think they're more the more kind of traditional Jag look, and that car really ran well. He was frustrated last year; the car really didn't come around to where they wanted it, and he ran a 57. Erica was the quickest on Sunday at a 56. He ran 57, so I think the elite team was really happy with what they ended up with. And one of the things you got to remember too with elite this year is that they have the Bickle cars, and then they have the Rick Jones. They have Rick Jones cars that Erica and Jagger drive, and then Nobile is actually in a Jerry Haas car because that's what Nick Mitzos wanted to have a Haas chassis under him. So kind of different. You have a single team with two different chassis to use.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's going to be interesting for you to talk about all year, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of funny too because obviously horsepower-wise they should all be pretty much on the level. So it'll be interesting to see either how close they're matched or if one car actually performs better than the other one. So yeah, it's going to be a neat little storyline, and the car looks really good. It's the traditional kind of purple that the Mountain View tire cars have been, but it's more like a much more metallic kind of purple. So it's a good looking car.
Very cool. So had some posts on Facebook, and there was even some nostalgia cars there. What's that all about?
Yeah, so what happens is, the first week of the thing basically is all just kind of limited to, the NHRA Pro teams or whatnot. But the last couple days, it's pretty much wide open. The track is rented, but it's not rented by Pro. It's rented by the different teams or people that want to come test. So, it was wild. On Sunday, you walk into the staging lanes, and Randy Lynn Ship would be in there with their stock Eliminator car. There'd be some Nitro Harleys. There'd be Matt Bynum and the Nostalgia Nitro Drags and Nitro Funny Car, Top Alcohol Funny Cars and Dragsters. It was like this crazy mix of stuff, which was actually really fun. You didn't really know what was coming around the corner next. So, the Nostalgia car, Matt Bynum drives that car. They'll be racing it at the March meet, and they made some solid poles. The thing went low 370s to the 8. So that's the car that'll run like 560, low 560s in the quarter.
Very cool, man. That's awesome to see. And for a drag racing history buff as yourself, I imagine that was just like a kid in a candy store for you.
Yeah, Matt's a good guy. Matt's one of the crew guys on. I think we're actually working on Sean Langdon's car this year, but he's been a crew guy at Colettas for years, and he got his license to drive Nostalgia Nitro cars, and he's got a license to drive Big Show cars too. I think he's done gone through Dell's program. But yeah, he's a really good guy, and obviously works on the car and stuff. So it's cool. It's always neat to see a guy who really loves the sport actually get to participate in the way he wants. So it's cool.
Very cool. Hey, so I got to ask, how's Traveling Bacon behaving?
He's good, man. He made his first reappearance. I was at Bradenton last weekend doing the U.S. Street Nationals, so he climbed out of my backpack for the first time in a long time last weekend. So he's excited to see the light of day more often than he did all winter long.
So for the fans that are watching that may not follow you on your social media accounts, what's the story behind Traveling Bacon?
It's just this little plastic bacon figurine guy he's got a spring on the bottom of him and a kind of a sticky mount. I guess you could glue it to your dashboard or something. But a guy named Frank Romano, who races on Drag Week, gave it to me at Drag Week, I guess a year or two ago, and every week I kind of bring him out of hiding to put him in some scenario, whatever racetrack or shenanigans I'm involved in. So. Yeah, it's a fun thing. I try to do something a little bit different every week with him. I agree, and he definitely has a drinking problem, and I enjoy that. Yeah, he tends to, in no way is that reflective. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is reflective of his companion, who is me. But no, he tends to get himself into trouble out there.
Well, even if there are felonious stories, you do a great job in writing them. So, and then big shout out to what you do on bangshift.com. I love the commentaries and the stories, and I know you whip those out sometimes in about 30 seconds. So keep it up.
Thank you, man. Yeah, no, I mean it's going to be a good year. Bradenton was great last weekend. You look at the Radio Universal World Cars that were down there. Really the Woodruff and Mills and of course Mark Mickey and Jason Carter were down there. I mean, a lot of real good cars. Paulo Juice was down there. A lot of the high-level cars, and you look at what Mickey and Carter did with that Malibu. Ran 372, and then went through eliminations with the thing just living in the low 70s. So Radio vs. the World, it's this class that was it seems like it was 100 years ago, but only a couple years ago it was like big guys were barely tapping into the threes. And at Bradenton, I would assume in some ways the conditions in Georgia may actually be better than they were in Bradenton atmospherically. So there's no way we get out of Georgia without seeing the first run in the 360s. And if you're going to win that race, you better be able to run low 370s all weekend long, or you're not going to have a prayer.
Exactly. It's going to be amazing to see, and a lot of these guys getting their stuff ready. And this is kind of a test bed for the big quick 1600 and 1,000 or 100. Yeah, 101,000 to win. Donald Long's putting on in March.
Yeah, no, it's in that it's interesting because it's the Radio vs. World cars is really basically the only class at that Sweet 16 race, but they're going to be they're the headlining class that lights out with all the other stuff we got going on. But yeah, I think I mean the funny thing is the lights out payout is huge as well. I think it's still $50,000 or something, and so you're going to have guys. maybe kill their stuff before they even get a shot to run a Sweet 16. But I guess they'll have a month to fix it. So there'll be a lot of block skip machines and a lot of pistons and connecting rods being bought. I think in that month in between the two.
Yeah, some heads being welded on and all that. Right?
Yeah. If you have any sort of business that repairs aluminum engine blocks, you better bring an extra guy on and plan on working 2 shifts. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So what's your take on all this booking on top of each other and stuff? Have you seen any of this going on in the social media and Facebook and stuff? People talking about it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. There's only 52 weeks in a year, and it's going to happen. But the one thing that it's a sign of how healthy the sport is. When nobody is trying to put on races.
Uh-oh.
And that was a good point, and he got somewhere in Arizona, and we lost him.
Duh.
Damn. And we were just about to wrap that up with that last comment.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's it's sort of a good problem to have. It's some people are getting their toes stepped on and they're getting their feelings hurt, and it's you got some new people in the game that aren't being as respectful as others have been in the past. That's the nicest way I can say. They're being jackasses. But anyway,
I think when you're assigned with a task and it's as big as that is, at 3 million viewers that they could potentially have per episode.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, screw it, I got to get this done, and it's my job to get these things booked. I don't care what's out there.
Make it happen.
The thing about it is, and we'll just end that conversation with Brian, but we appreciate him coming on. People are tribalistic in nature.
Yeah.
And people want to be on this team or on that team. And if you're a fan of no prep and you go to the no prep races or you follow the no prep, and then someone new comes to town or comes in and they're just doing their thing and they're not being considerate of your feelings or your race that's been planned, realize that, hey, it is for a TV show. But, the same thing happens when you get started talking. People really hate Donald Long because he talks so much smack about no prep and so much snack. But dude, he's a good dude and he's doing a lot. And there's a lot of buzz about drag racing, partly because of what Donald does. I mean, the millions and millions of dollars spent to build these cars and these rigs and these toter homes, and people that were kind of not interested in racing anymore now maybe found their niche in X275 or limited drag radio, or radio versus the world is what they wanted to go in because they don't like running pro mod or whatever. Who knows why people are motivated to do what they're motivated to do? But some people found their niche and they said, okay, well, there's big money over here, and I don't have to tear up my stuff as hard in no prep or whatever. I can turn down the power. Maybe I'm not as fast as Stevie Jackson. I don't have the budget of him, so I'm going to go race no prep.
Yeah.
But people just got to realize that, in my opinion, hey, drag racing is hotter than it's ever been right now. If you don't like the drag radio stuff, or if you don't like NHRA, who cares? Follow what you like, but why do you got to hate on everybody and get on the keyboards and start flaming everybody who's not doing what you're...
Get in where you fit in.
Exactly.
There's a place for everybody.
So we're going to talk to Bo Brown.
Yeah, let's get to Bo Brown.
But we're going to talk to Michael Cole first, because we have footage. And Brian, is that footage from Cars and Coffee? We have to give our bearded wonder a little love and get him in on the set here of the Thunder Road Show, brought to you by Nitrous Outlet, Mosier Engineering. And you got that footage, Brian's...
Da Vinci Carburetors.
We got to get the footage for Mosier Engineering to Brian.
He's got it.
Oh, you got it?
Why don't
you
you just play that? Yeah, he's got it queued up.
Oh, he's got it queued up. So let's go ahead and play that real quick.
While Michael Cole's getting in here.
And I will go and find the live read for Mosier. We really appreciate Mosier coming back. So, look at that, dude.
You might need to scoot a little bit.
Oh.
Ooh, look at that.
I'll try not to. Here, I'm going to play this if Doug's not going to talk.
Oh, you have it from Chris Monahan?
Well, I have my volume turned down, though. That's the problem.
We'll turn it up.
Roadshow. We want you to see what they have to offer the sportsman racer. Moser's a company that has always supported sportsman racing with a strong contingency program, and they understand the sacrifices and commitment a competitive racer goes through to be successful. Moser's a family-owned company that's been around for 4 decades, made up of 3 generations of racers that are committed to excellence, and they offer standard 2-day turnaround on custom-made-to-order axles, housings, and center sections. They also offer optional 24-hour turnaround on their products,
Okay, that
including most
sucks.
custom-made-to-order
Sorry.
parts.
You gotta turn
Moser
it.
program, and they understand the sacrifices and commitment a racer goes through to be
I had to turn the
Always have
volume
one
down for the
Because you have
show.
to, you have to stop your show. You have to pause the show.
Okay. I'll know how to do it better next time.
Okay. He had the Thunder Road show up so he could watch the comments, and it was double playing over the beautiful sounds of Chris Monahan's voice.
Kyle Bielomowicz, I don't know how to say that. It says F. Stevie doesn't have the balls to line up with Birdman. So
See,
Stevie and Kenjo Kelly have a grudge race lined up,
for
which is going to be
$10,000, Kenjo
pretty
gets
awesome.
the back tires.
Kenjo was on here a while ago, said he's going to bust that ass and gap him.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's right. He gets the back tires. I forgot.
He gets the back tires against Stevie Jackson in a brand new car with a Proline Stage 4 481X motor, which
Okay.
is one of the sexiest motors in the world.
You think he's tested it yet?
I know he will probably have tested it by Tuesday.
You think so?
I'm sure
Okay. Somewhere on the way.
somewhere, or he will be testing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then getting ready for Friday, testing in the morning.
Okay.
You've
Cool.
been there. You know how many test hits they can get.
Oh yeah.
Kenny Hubbard has a drawer full of stacks of spark plugs. He must have about $5,000 worth of spark plugs he's taking. So,
Yeah.
Michael called. Tell us about your little foray into Cars and Coffee Houston. It was in January. The February one got rained out.
Yes.
So look at that beautiful car.
Yeah, this is actually my buddy Will Losey's car. He just got this. He's about to put a Pro Charger on it. I forget who's doing it, but you'll get to hear it. It sounds glorious. This is when they leave for the feeder on I-10.
So it's naturally aspirated right now?
Mm-hmm. Let's see if you can remember what movie that's from.
Christine. Awesome.
Very
car.
good.
That's
Very good.
awesome.
Yeah, Christine shows up.
Golly, all those people standing in the street. I hope
Yeah.
no Mustangs come out of there.
Oh, it gets sketchy. And
Does
right
it?
where you see where it says Bunker Hill right there,
Yeah.
there's 2 state troopers sitting there.
Oh, so they're trying to curtail the.
yeah. Sometimes they'll go out there and they'll troll some of the cars coming.
Look
up.
at that C10.
Oh, I love C10s. Check out this this Ford that's about to come up. This thing's nutty.
Oh, he's got air ride on it, and he drops it down for the. What's that
Yeah,
called?
it's a Power Stroke Engineering. They have a crazy suspension system on
The
that.
California ride or whatever, where they drop the.
Oh
back
yeah,
the
they
lead.
had the ass end down.
Sweet.
And then of course, sweet Bel Air. It sounds good. Hold on. Yeah, most guys that have classic muscle like that, they really don't, get on it. Nice cam GTO. I wish we had more volume on this so you can hear it better.
Right.
But and of course
The volume's down
the
here.
Ducatis. Oh my God, those sound so good.
Those are not Ducatis. Those are Ducatis.
Yes. Yeah.
Not Bobby
like a-
Ducote.
It's
They're
like a
not Bobby
Ducati that
Ducati.
actually goes fast in corners,
Yeah, these are actually fast.
and they make a nice sound. Aside from the Ducati.
You don't see a lot of those around here, do you?
No. Well, in the Lamoille area, you do. See these?
Look at that.
I mean, these are like
What do those
30,000
bikes
miles.
run? About 40,000?
The Desmo Sedicis are about 88 grand.
Are they really?
Yeah.
How did you say that?
Desmo Sedici. It's Italian.
Yeah.
That's
And
Italian.
you got, hey,
That was pretty impressive.
Hey.
I have my
Is that
moment.
a C4?
That's a C4 LT4 hot cam car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then of course one of the best looking Chevys ever produced.
Yeah, really nice car.
God, I was lying. And it looks like it's a heavy car, but it's not. It's
Yeah,
like
they're not
3,800
as
pounds.
heavy as they look.
There's this is the DPS guy that was trolling everyone.
That's awesome.
Everyone. It was hilarious.
Well, there's so many incidences that you've recorded and been criticized for recording.
it's not my problem they did it.
I know it's not. Well, you're enticing them to
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
spin out and go after spectators. Look at that
Nitrous outlet for the
on
win.
board.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Brazers. For the people that don't know, you need to
Yeah,
learn your
that-
internet.
Yeah, X and XX.
Yeah. Of course, all
porn.
these
That's
glory.
that's some
You
stuff-
porn,
yeah.
ex-hamster, from what I hear.
From what you
From what I
hear.
hear. From what I hear. In theory.
That's pretty cool that dude has that license plate.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing. This is really cool.
Look at that.
This is an LS-swapped Buick. I think it's a Century?
I have seen this car before.
It is
Yeah,
cool.
Badass.
Is it front wheel? Oh, look, it's all beat up. Is it front wheel drive?
No, it's rear.
Oh.
It's rear-wheel drive. And it's. I mean, come on. That's sleeper as hell.
It is.
I mean,
If
it's
it
a
had
land
some-
yacht.
If
And-
it had some, well,
You
look,
can
it's
see
got
right there.
rubber all over.
Yeah,
it.
it's rubber. I mean, he was having fun. I just think
yeah.
that's so cool. If that rolled up on
If he
me,
fixed the dent, it would be even better.
I think the dent's kind of cool with that.
Yeah, I think it fits
I'm like,
perfect.
look at it. And like haze out the headlights and.
If
you
that
know-
thing ran in the tens, it would be sick.
Oh heck yeah, it would.
Pretty heavy car though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
A
that's
lot
the
of
kinda
people come out for the cars and coffee deal. This is at Memorial.
Memorial City.
Memorial
And-
City Mall.
And
yeah.
this time they moved it because it was at the food court, and now they moved it in front of the Sears, so it's basically the Gessner side.
They took it away from the food court.
Yeah,
So you can't access it?
They needed more room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that, it's a lot more parking over there, a lot
Yeah.
more square footage over
Right.
there.
It's
And that's where it
constantly
should
grows.
be anyway, because that way you could see it from the freeway when you're over
Uh-huh.
on the overpass. And then if you're going down Gessner, you can see the big, and it's like till 10 o'clock, right?
8 to 10.
8 to 10.
It's the show goes from 8 to 10, but it's one of those like if I want to show the vet up, I have to be there like I better not be there later than 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, you
people,
won't
will,
get in a good
people
spot.
will fight over spaces. I've
Yeah.
actually seen people fight over
Dean
spaces.
Baker, what's up, Dean?
So,
But we need more race cars there.
yes.
Anyone listening?
Yeah.
So just
It'd be
saying.
cool.
You know
We got to
somebody?
remember that.
I know. I might know some people.
If
and
you
maybe
know
have some
anybody.
connections. If anyone listening has a race car,
Man, it's hard to get up that early in the morning if it's not for racing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
know,
then,
right?
but then when you see the cars there and you see some of the
What's cool is
scenery,
when-
wink,
Yeah.
wink, cough,
Yeah.
cough, nudge, nudge. I mean, there's some quality.
When
there.
Mark
I
Banner,
would love to go
the
one.
when
yoga
Mark-
pants are just
when Mark
oh my
Banner
God.
drives the Nova or Sergio drives the Camaro up there,
Sergio comes up there all the time.
dude, people just every head turns when something like
Sure.
that pulls in.
Yeah.
But hey, so we got to give a shout out to Jose Jimenez and Speed Lab,
Speed Lab
Creations.
Yeah.
When are we going to see the company car in the new beauty that he created for the company car at Cars and Coffee again?
I was hoping to have it this month, but because of the rain, we couldn't, and because of the rain again, we couldn't get it tuned.
Yeah.
So
Michael Cole's,
hopefully next month. We'll see. I mean,
oh-
knock on wood.
07?
Oh wait,
08.
08 Z06.
Z06 has a beautiful aluminum cold air that Speed Lab Creations.
Yep. Jose Jimenez and Bobby Underwood.
Yeah.
Big shout
Did
out.
a dual pop charger looking.
It's
You know what a dual pop charger was?
a dual pop charger.
That's what we
Might
called
be
it. At 300ZXs, you had a dual pop charger is what they called it. And it was dual K&Ns, and you had the blow-off valve. So it
Oh, I know you're talking about the ones that came
Yeah.
down like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't do 300 ZXs. We did Camaros and Chevelles. And
I know, but
We did man cars.
my buddy Chris Wolfert had a 9-second Mustang turbocharged outlaw street car, but his daily was a 300ZX that made 600 in the
yeah.
tires.
I think they're kind of cool.
Yeah, they are kind of
Wayne
cool.
Criley, we are in Houston at West Side Chevrolet.
Yes, sir.
Live.
The West Side Chevrolet
Yes.
that, if I remember right, still has what is it, $10,000 or
$15,000
$15,000 off trucks.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you need to come to Westside Chevrolet, talk to these guys up here, and if it's during the day, you might even catch Rowdy up here. If it's not,
Yeah.
he's going to be busy with,
Can't miss that guy.
his beautiful beard and.
Luscious man mane.
But he's going to be tied up with rodeo season coming up.
Yeah.
He's all about that rodeo.
And I think he also
Houston
makes
rodeo.
belts too.
Yeah.
He actually makes like those rodeo type belts and
So,
whatnot. So
well, thank you. So, possibly a Cars and Coffee in March.
we'll see what the universe allows.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You bring your car to Cars and Coffee, and I'll bring mine.
So,
All right, everyone's watching this. We're shaking on it right now.
oh, nice!
All right.
You'll bring the Camaro, the
Camaro,
top
yeah.
sportsman car with the stacker and unload it out there at 7
there's
and
actual-
open trailer.
open trailer it.
Yeah.
There's stackers that show up. We've had 53 foot long. Risi Competizione came out with a 53 foot long, bringing a 458 challenge car, an Enzo, and an F40, and Michael Schumacher's car.
Oh yeah, that's
We
cool.
got a little 28
I used
foot
to-
tag.
I mean,
used
it's-
to do it, too.
When we were on radio on 1560 AM, we used to interview one of the crew members for them, and he's since moved on. but it was really cool to talk to them about.
Yeah, the amount of money in that type of racing.
Yeah,
is
and he was
stupid.
paid well to be a crew member and travel all over the world. So
Hey, let's call Bo Brown.
let's call Bo Brown
before
when we
we
get
run out
this
of
done.
time.
Mosier Engineering is a proud sponsor of the Thunder Road Show and wants you to see what they have to offer the sportsman racer. Mosier is a company that's always supported sportsman racing with a strong contingency program, and they understand the sacrifice and commitment a competitive racer goes through to be successful. Mosier is a family-owned company that has been around for 4 decades and made up of 3 generations of racers that are committed to excellence, and they offer standard 2-day turnaround on custom-made-to-order axles, housing, and center sections. They also offer optional 24-hour turnaround on their products, including most custom-made-to-order parts. Mosier Engineering delivers when others can't, so whether you're a weekend enthusiast or a serious points racer, Mosier has the highest quality products for all your race applications and will deliver when it's crunch time. Visit them on the web at mosierengineering.com or call 260-726-6689 and talk to their knowledgeable and friendly technicians.
Or you can keep it simple. Do you like winning?
Yeah.
Yes. Mosier.
Mosier,
There. End of
yep.
discussion.
Done.
Done.
Good.
And
Way
of
to
course,
wrap it
Actors
up.
Outlet too.
Way to wrap it up, dude. Hey, so let's get Skype up. We'll talk to Bo Brown about B3 against bullying. He's not going to be able to, Bo, you're not going to be able to see me because this,
Whoa.
oh, that was loud.
That was.
Gotta like that.
Felt like I got an ear enema.
What's up, buddy?
Wait, we're waiting on your video to pop up. You're not going to be able to see me because my webcam's not working for some reason, so just bear with us. How are you doing, my friend? Hang on, it's catching up. It says that I have an internet connection issue. Are you on your Wi-Fi?
Oh, you have issues, all right.
Yes.
Bo Brown out of the Fort Worth area. Actually lives a little south of Fort Worth, right?
Fort Worth
B-
is always on my mind.
Yep. Bo, B3 Against Bullying is an amazing program where you're actually going out and approaching kids that have been bullied and going to lunch with them or talking to them after school or working with them, or you're approaching the kid that's doing the bullying. And it's the first program of its kind that I've seen where you're actually going out, hitting the streets and talking to these kids and trying to put it into bullying. Tell us a little bit about this program, Bo.
Well, what we do, we've been watching on the news here lately where a lot of kids have been committing suicide. I mean, at the small age of 8 years old. So we hadn't had a lot of people that go out and reach out to these kids. So what we've been doing is going out, reaching out to these kids, not only to the kids that's getting bullied, but also the kid that's being bullied, the kid that's doing the bullying. So what we do, we go and talk to them, have lunch with them, and try to figure out the source, what's making them act the way that they're acting.
Very cool. It's been very successful, and you've got to bring a couple of those kids, including Blake, who was an amazing kid, helped us do some of the raffle drawings and stuff. That kid was being bullied, and he's a special needs kid. And were you able to curtail the bullying and talk to the kid that was doing it?
Yeah, we actually seen him at lunch when I went up and ate lunch with Blake. We actually seen the guy that was doing the bullying, went over and talked to him. We even actually gave him a band so he can wear around that says B3 Against Bullying. And all those bands that we have actually have my number. Or a lot of kids don't want to talk to their parents or talk to their friend. They'll rather talk to somebody else. So that's one of the reasons I've actually put my cell phone number on there where they can actually call and talk to me when they're going through things like that.
Man, that's amazing. We had a good time and got a lot of support from the fans that were at the Street Outlaw San Antonio filming for the program. And you're gonna try to go out here to Lights Out 9 and hang out with some of the drag radio world and bring your program to there. Been reaching out. I messaged Donald Long. We're gonna make sure that you get out there and let the people that may not know who you are, because you're really kind of a top no prep guy, and go out to this drag radio thing and tell everybody about B3 Against Bullying.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome to go out there and to reach another crowd instead of just a no prep crowd. And I got what's great about it. We got a lot of no prep racers and a lot of these sponsors that's behind us. It's growing. I actually been speaking to a lady probably about 2 days ago. She's actually working with the Cowboys, the Rangers, and a couple of top country singers where we're going to actually put a big event for these kids.
Man, that's going to be awesome. And I know you got to work with one of our favorite programs, the Big Brothers Garage Youth Outreach that Rudy Caron Jr. does. How was it to be able to hang out with those guys and pal around in the pits and stuff?
That's awesome. Me and Rudy are actually teaming up. we're going to be at all the redemption races together. My group and his group will be together at all the races and go out there and pass out shirts and talk to everybody. Try to help as many kids as we can.
All right, so now you have a Facebook page that's B3 Against Bullying?
Yes, sir. B3 Against Bullying.
So tell us a little bit about where the B3 name came from. We know you're a personal trainer. It started with that, right?
Yes, sir. What B3 stands for is Body by Bo. It's 3 B's, and we just came up with the logo B3, and it's been running full speed now.
So talk about how you and your girl came up with this name, this idea for B3 Against Bullying. Her son is 10 years old, right? Huh?
No, go ahead. She's coming. I'm actually going to introduce you to who actually started this program.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You know, Bo, I run NHRA Top Sportsman mostly, and would really be interested to get with you and get involved in your program to bring the program to the NHRA races. We're going to be running the Nationals in Ennis in October, and would love to have you guys out and help be a part of that and help expose it for you.
Yeah, we'll love to bring all the kids out there to watch it.
Sounds good, man. We'd love to have y'all. We'll show you a good time.
She's right here now. This is actually who started the whole program.
Okay.
Okay, introduce her.
This is my future Miss Brown, Kristen Fortek.
Good, because I was not going to butcher that last name. How are you doing, Kristen?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. It's great to see you again. Thank you for putting me up. I came up there for the top of my race, and they let me crash in their extra bed.
Cool.
I didn't have to sleep on. Even Jerry Bird made me sleep on the couch. Y'all gave me a room to sleep in, so I appreciate it.
Anytime.
So tell us, you told me the story, but I want to hear it from your words, how you decided that maybe Bo should reach out to some of these kids.
Yeah, it was really just, I guess, couch talk one night. We were sitting on the couch, and I don't know if something came on the news or if we were just talking about something, but I just brought it to his attention that with him being in the bodybuilding industry, that I see it as a positive environment for kids who need a positive influence, because being in the fitness industry, it requires a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice. And I told him, I said, I would just think that I think that it would be neat to get to partner with some kids who need a mentor and take them to the gym where you're around a whole bunch of positive people that lift each other up, that support each other every day. And then it got to where somebody reached out to us about their kid being bullied, and it kind of went from there. So I told him he can relate to kids a lot better than a lot of people can. He has a way of talking to kids that make them look up to him. So it was really more of a, I'll be the behind the scenes, do all the meetings and stuff, or get everything set up, and then you go and talk to people. So it's been, we didn't expect it to turn out this way. We didn't expect it to take off as fast as it did. But we definitely see the need for it, and people are just gravitating. They want to help. So it's been fantastic.
Awesome, man. It's awesome. And the reason they look up to him is because he's like 6'4".
6'4" and really.
Yeah, his muscles have muscles is what I always say on the PA. So. But hey,
Yeah.
we're really proud of you. You know, this is taken. You know, I think on one hand, I told y'all guys the other day that, you know, a lot of people are kind of made to be successful because maybe they were bullied in life, and so. But those people that's special people. Some people don't have that in them to turn that around, and they need some help, and they need some mentors, and they need some positive in their life because they may not have it at home. And for you to actually go out there and live stream this stuff when you go approach these kids, it touched me. It touched a lot of people, and I got to say, it's really amazing that somebody is actually stepping out and not just talking about putting an end to bullying, but you're doing something about it.
Right.
Very cool. It was cool to see Doc get on the mic too and talk about some of his bullying experiences and how much the program means to you. And I know you've gotten a lot of support from a lot of the big time racers in the street outlaw and no prep world.
I mean, it's been hitting a lot of people at home, and you wouldn't expect that their kids were getting bullied. But when we came out with this program, there's a lot of people that we were close to that was actually happening to them, where they were actually taking their kids out of school and homeschooling them.
Wow. So have you thought of another alternative to help, like maybe getting these kids into fitness programs? Is that where that's leading to, where they can get into mixed martial arts or get into fitness or something that would help with their self-esteem and to where they could maybe stick up for themselves a little bit? Is that part of the process too?
Yes, sir. We actually got some people that's with the police department out here in Fort Worth that's actually reached out to help some of these kids teach some type of self-defense, things like that. And just, I mean, we got a bunch of people behind us. Like some of the sponsors that actually picked us up, I'll name some of them. You got Field Trailers, you got RWP, Varney Roofing, DNS Diesel, Ultra Blue, Triple Threat Off-Roads, House of Torque. We got a lady with Kelly Williams, Jennifer Hooks. We got Team Respect. We got Raps Works, and it's just steady growing.
Very cool. So another thing that we got to mention real quick before we have to get off here is that you and I have teamed up, and you're going to be racing a lot of the index stuff this year, and you're getting the Camaro wrapped right now with B3 against bullying. It's got my powertrain and your car, and you're going to go out there and kick some ass this year in it, aren't you?
That's right. We're actually releasing it tomorrow, so everyone can get to see what it looks like.
Very cool. So everybody needs to go like Bo Brown's Facebook page, go invite him as a friend, and like the B3 against bullying page.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, dude. Well, hey, we thank you for the time. Kristen, thank you for coming on. I know that you wanted to be behind the scenes, but we're not going to let that happen. You're going to have to come on the regular with us.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, guys, and good luck, and we'll see you, Bo, next weekend in Georgia.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, dude.
Good job.
All right.
So that's our show for tonight. We
B3
got everything
against bullying. I'm there now.
Yes,
liking
sir.
the page. Cool.
So y'all go like that B3 against bullying. Bo Brown's a good dude and is going to do a lot of big things in the world. I mean, just watching him do leg day with Kayla Morton is pretty impressive. Now he's going to be changing kids' lives and doing something that is probably more gratifying than anything you can do in life, is going out there and helping a kid that may feel like he has nothing left in life. And
Man,
turning that around.
I can't think of a better cause and a better way to bring out the best in racers than something like this. And like I say, I'm really interested in getting involved and doing what I can to help the program, and would love to be a part of it. So bring home some stickers or something I can put on my car to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
We'll do that. We'll get them to send us some. And then we got some Speed Lab stickers that have to go on our laptops that are in my truck.
Okay.
We'll make that make that happen because he's
We'll have to squeeze it in somewhere.
yeah, right. And
So
then,
we got to thank Westside Chevrolet for having
absolutely
us.
$15,000 off trucks. Come see these guys. Get you a pickup truck.
Talk to Rowdy.
Talk to Rowdy
Rowdy.
Robertson.
Nitrous Outlet.
Dave Vassar and those guys will be at Lights Out 9.
They're going to be there with a strong showing.
Yes.
So
Moser Engineering with their traction apparatuses.
Yes.
yes, and Da Vinci Carburetors,
EFI deletes.
EFI Delete on
There'll be
Kenny
some-
Hubbard's deal.
There'll be some Da Vinci carburetors
You know what?
at
Last
Lights Out
weekend I was at over at Niser's shop for a minute, and they were dynoing Kenny's motor. You know, you would think some guys would be resting on their laurels after, being a fastest nitrous car in X and, testing as much as he does. This guy's on the dyno last Saturday and still was today. He posted pictures. They're not giving up. They're not quitting and just, resting on their laurels.
They're hanging the tongue out on that motor.
They're working their ass off, and they're going to be – that's why they're fast, man.
Yeah.
That's what winners do. They prepare, they work hard, and they get it done.
And they bring 700 egg rolls.
700 egg rolls.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Bob,
All
you're
right.
going to have to make a flight out, I think.
Or maybe you could ship me some.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think you're gonna-
we'll check the
you
Thunder
gotta-
Road Show budget for that flight.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the shares. We'll be back next week with Chris Monahan in my seat. I'm going to Skype in from the Tower of Lights Out 9 in South Georgia Motorsports Park.
Yeah.
And give y'all another full update of what's going on out there.
Maybe we'll do the show from somewhere else next week.
Maybe so.
Secret location.
Secret location, yeah. And we'll just pop up like we did tonight at 7:04.
Boom.
Boom, done. All right, guys, thanks a lot. And we're 8:34, exactly an hour and a half. We're out.
Out.
Thanks.
Later.